welcome back to another edition of Prohire Truck TV, and today we're out in Derby and we find ourselves at Motors Commercials, who is a Volkswagen dealer, and we're going to look at the Volkswagen Transporter. Now this is the ABTE and fully electric model. Now I don't know what it's going to be like really, and we'll have a look at that today and have a good run in it. It's the first time I've been in an electric Volkswagen commercial vehicle, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing what Volkswagen have done with this. So why don't we have a quick jump in and let's see what it's all about. So let's see what this is all about. Grab our seatbelt, and we're in a typical Volkswagen cab. I mean, you know, in fairness, you know, with Volkswagen, as do a lot of our German friends, they put everything in here you need, and quite frankly, nothing you don't need. So it's quite a sparse cab, but you know, it's atypical Volkswagen. And if you remember going back in the 80s and 90s, it was exactly the same thing, and this is reminiscent of that. Yeah, multifunctional steering wheel, of course, you know, radio, which is great, it's on and off. Kind of that's pretty much it. Bluetooth, as you say, standard, as all electrics will be, it'll be automatic. So we have a key, and yes, you have to use it, which is quite a rarity these days. And we can watch the range go up. This is fully charged, straight off the power point here at Motors Volkswagen, and I want to thank the guys for allowing me to come on today, and which has been brilliant. Fully charged, showing 53 miles. I actually think 54 miles. We got a little bit more out of it. I actually think there's probably a little bit more in that. So, but the range, it says, is up to 82 miles. But if it's showing 55, 82, don't know. It seems a lot of makeup to do round town, but you know, I have to say, nice looking thing. You know, it does give the remnants of a nice electric vehicle, and we'll put it in drive and see where it takes us to. We'll give it a go. So handbrake off, and we'll see how we get out of here, in and out. Challenging today, with the old COVID thing going on there. Right. So as I said, I mean, it's a you know, quite a compact cab. It's really well laid out. It's very functional. It's very Volkswagen. Of course, I have to say I'm a little bit concerned about range, but we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. I think one interesting thing for me is the whole concept of how this vehicle operates. 37.3 kilowatt batteries. It's quite light, I think, for a commercial vehicle. I think this should be a bit more for me. I think that's more a lighter car version these days. So, and that's very reminiscent of the range. So 37 kilowatts. You know, realistically, you'd like to see yourself getting somewhere around 2.5, 3 miles per kilowatt. So I think the expectation of 80 miles or so is there. I'm just not seeing it transmitting out through the batteries. I'm just not seeing it. Whether the batteries are not dense enough, I'm not sure. That's not transferring through to me in that kind of that light. So if you're looking at driving an electric vehicle, well, around 3 miles to the kilowatt is you know is kind of where it is. Probably 3.5 if you're a really decent driver and you're trying to push it out to that kind of element. So in a commercial vehicle, 2.5 to 3 is where you'd see it. So we'll see how we get on with the 54 miles. Does it equate to 80? Does it get better? Some of our vehicles you see us in, and you start off quite it's not a lot, and they do actually start to become slightly better as you go through the journey. So I guess we'll see with that. Again, on price, a van like this, you know, it's at the top end of its market. You know, it's a 2.8 ton van. You know, 2.8 ton van at 44,000. That's a heavy lump of price. Now you do get your grants and so forth and so on available behind that, but you know, a range of 50-60 miles on a price scale like that, I don't know. I mean, again, you know, you're buying a quality van. Volkswagen make great stuff. It's but there are other things out there in the marketplace which are different and priced in a very different way. I guess, you know, where you see a lot of commercial vehicles that are bottom up, shall we say, as opposed to what looks like a vehicle that's been manufactured around a nice vehicle, is 50 kilowatts would be your entry level, and 50 kilowatts, going back to my reference in the 3 miles to kilowatt, shall we say 150 miles, this becomes a very different prospect altogether, and that's what you'd like to see. 37 kilowatts in this, you know, 3 miles to the it should be 100 miles, and I don't understand why that wouldn't be the case. Now, of course, with lithium-ion, the range, you will lose, you know, between 10 and 15% of that, so you can see that knocking back to 80 miles. But I guess we'll see. So we'll crash on and we'll report back again shortly. So we've been out for about an hour now, and in fairness, it's probably sitting somewhere in what we said. So, you know, it's knocking out the miles roughly 1 for 1, which isn't taking me to, it's not taking me to 80 miles. It's probably taking me up to 55, but we'll see, and we'll keep going at that until we get a bit further down. Like I said before, going back to charging with this, I mean, I guess it's got the ability for both DC fast charging and AC charging. Disappointment for me is the AC charging is limited to 7 kilowatt, so, you know, it's 5-6 hours to charge a vehicle. DC charging, obviously, through your heavy fast charging systems that are available in the networks, you know, would bring that speed down markedly. But being able to do that either on your work site or at home is strictly limited. So again, it comes with its own restrictions. But as we move further forward into the electric infrastructure going out there, there's more and more fast chargers available. But up to now, yeah, it drives really well. It's quick, it's dynamic. Nothing special though. Nothing special. There's plenty out there that are just as good. But it's a Volkswagen, and it does everything it says on the tin, as you'd expect it to. So we're back here at Motors Volkswagen, and I want to thank the guys here for allowing us to, first of all, come here today in the middle of the COVID. We've kept everything safe, masks, gloves, as you'd expect, and have a look at this lovely little vehicle. You know, I have to say it's a really nice piece of kit. It's well made, it's well appointed. I think, if anything, a little bit short on battery power, a little bit short on range. Out for a couple of 3 hours, you know, 2.5 hours or so, and it's come back and it's fairly low on juice now. You know, so I'm not sure in reality commercially how that fits in with other people. But great to see. Remember, 7 kilowatt charging only on AC. It will do fast charging, and you know, everything you see on Prohire TRUCKTV. We're sponsored by Pro Green. All the things you see are available on contract hire and available on the right kind of terms, and we'll support you all the way right through the programme. We hope you like what you see. If you will, please like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you again very soon on the next edition of Prohire TRUCKTV.